Avengers, Assemble. Welcome back to Sanders Presents. I'm Greg, and if you're enjoying the content we're producing, please consider following that link in the description below to sponsor Sanders Presents and assemble with us on Patreon and become an Avenger today. We have two tiers available on our Patreon, a $3 tier and a $5 tier. At that $5 tier, you become an Avenger Premium member, and as a founding Avenger, you join these other lovely sponsors on our Avenger Memorial Hall of Fame that is featured in every video. To all of you, thank you so much for sponsoring Sanders Presents, and to all of my Avengers, again, thank all of you so much for sponsoring our content and making this possible. So we're going to get right into it. Respawn is working on more Star Wars, or rather EA is. EA has pretty much is basically pushing all of their Star Wars titles to Respawn, and in that, Respawn is working on 3 Star Wars titles. One is a Star Wars first-person shooter from the Medal of Honor Above and Beyond VR team. Another is a sequel to Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, the second game in the Star Wars Jedi series. Again, documents just listed as Star Wars Jedi. I assume it will have a different subtitle. I don't really know for certain, but I don't think it's going to be called Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order 2. I think it'll be Star Wars Jedi 2 and then whatever, but we'll see when further documentation comes out or when a proper announcement is made on all of this. And then finally, Respawn is partnering with Bit Reactor, which is a new studio, but it includes a number of RTS veterans, and a number of them from Firaxis. One of the founders of Bit Reactor is Greg Forch. I apologize, I'm probably mispronouncing his last name, and he worked on XCOM Enemy Unknown and XCOM 2. So the studio wants to innovate, and the studio has said several times that they really want to change the approach to turn-based kind of real-time strategy gaming. So all that being said, that's 3 Star Wars titles. 2, again, as I've said, are kind of, I guess, in the more traditional vein of gaming. You've got the first-person shooter, and then you've got, of course, the third-person action-adventure game in the Jedi sequel, and then, of course, the real-time strategy game. It's interesting because of it being from Bit Reactor. It's hard to say if this is going to be on an approach. Is it going to play very similar to XCOM? Is it going to be something that harkens back to Galactic Battlegrounds or Empire at War? There's a lot to pay attention to here, but these are the 3 big titles. And finally, the last thing we've been made aware of, and we'll see if this changes, and maybe it does change, past this. Maybe, maybe these 3 games, if they're really successful, EA will reevaluate. But it's being said that EA is pretty much limiting their licensed output. That is to say, they want to focus on their own properties. So they're not going to have any other studios working on Star Wars games. It's getting all pushed to Respawn. Once those 3 titles are done, it looks like all that may remain is maybe another Jedi sequel, but again, all of that is really up in the air. EA has issued a pretty firm statement internally that it's time we focus on our own IPs. Respawn, we're giving them Star Wars. Everybody else, we're focusing. We're shifting focus. Star Wars Battlefront 3, as far as we've been made aware, it's dead. DICE is not working on any more Star Wars Battlefront games. It's like getting to Star Wars Battlefront 3 is cursed almost. Again, I'm kidding, of course. It goes in the same bin as Half-Life 3 and Left 4 Dead 3 and Portal 3. All those 3 games are just in a bin somewhere, never to happen. That doesn't mean a Star Wars Battlefront, title can't be revived, but it's not going to be under the EA umbrella. At least it's looking less and less likely, unless Respawn ends up picking that up as well. But in terms of what we've heard, Star Wars Battlefront is nowhere on any documents. That's not even the first-person shooter title that's happening over at Respawn. So that just to make sure we're all clear and clarified. Respawn is working on 3 Star Wars games. One of them is in a partnership with Bit Reactor, and that is a Star Wars RTS game. And then, of course, like I said, Star Wars first-person shooter from the Medal of Honor VR team, and Star Wars Jedi, again, from the same team that brought you Jedi Fallen Order. I expect to hear more about the sequel to Jedi Fallen Order this year. I think that's the one that's closest to a big reveal and then release, and then we'll just have to see how everything else shakes out. So out of these 3 titles, which one, of course, are you looking the most forward to? I have to say I'm really looking forward to the first-person shooter. There's rumblings about what it could be, so it has piqued my interest immensely, and I expect it also to probably have, optional VR support. It just makes sense given the team working on it, but, we'll see. And of course, to my Avengers, as I said at the top of the video, thank you all so much for sponsoring Sanders Presents and making this content possible. If you are willing and able, please consider following that link in the description below to support us on Patreon and become an Avenger today. In addition, while you're looking through the links below, you can also find an invitation to our amazing Discord community, and you can order our book, 89 Instrument of Destruction, my debut science fiction novel, which is available now on Amazon. To everyone, thank you for being a part of this conversation. I really do appreciate it. Please consider liking this video if you haven't, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and share this content with your friends. It helps immensely with YouTube's analytics and algorithms. Above all else, and most importantly, stay safe, take care of others, and have a marvelous day. Bye, everyone.